Hey. Hey guys. Alright, I'll wait for you guys to get on here. Boom. First ironclad. What's up, dude? Not much. Hey. If you guys can hear me, please just say yes, I hear you, or just I hear you, or yes. That'd be awesome. Let me know. And I'll pull this out real quick. Got something cool for y'all. Well, one of you. Let's see here. Yes, you can hear me. Okay. Better than I hear my sister. Me too, man. Just so you guys know, you guys watch this replay and everything, here is the mug that I'm giving away next week. Awesome. And guess what? There is a shirt to match it. How's that for squatchy? Awesome. Everybody keeps saying squatchy. I'm going to start saying Bigfooty. Just because. Good morning, Pack family. How you guys doing? I was just showing everybody the mug that I'm giving away and the shirt this month to the lucky winner. I'll announce that on Monday. It is an awesome shirt. Hey, if you guys don't win, here's the deal. Always stick around because every month I give something away right around the 20th. And if you want to know how to get to that, you just go to PacWestBigfoot.com and click on Join the Clan, and you guys can join the clan there. I always give away cool stuff. As a matter of fact, next month, guess what I'm giving away? Coffee. Yeah, I'm going to give away a bag of Sasquatch coffee, and awesome. I have this sticker on my car, so you can put one on there. Here's the deal. Whenever you get your gift from now on, if you could, your prize from winning, if you could take a little selfie shot and send it over to me in the email, I'd like to put that up on Facebook. If you want to hide your face, that's okay. Just take a shot of the t-shirt, the mug, maybe half your face with the mug, like, right here. That would be awesome. I'd like to share that. Had a meeting on Wednesday, group search. We're going to try to find a way to Skype with you. Would that be cool? That'd be awesome, Justin. If you want to, I wouldn't mind doing like a little group sit down with you guys for about 45 minutes, just record it, play it back on here. And I have Zoom, so I could just send you guys a link and y'all can just jump on from anywhere at any time. So if you want to do that, let me know. That would be pretty sweet. I'd like to just sit down and interview you guys, see what you guys got going on. Let me know, and I will make sure I set up some time this next week to do that. So PacWestBigfoot@gmail.com. PacWestBigfoot@gmail.com. Hit me up there real quick and say, dude, it's me, Justin. Let's do this. And I'll be okay. Just let me know what day and times are usually better for you. I like mornings because I'm a morning guy. And then most of you are like, I'm turning you into a morning guy for being here on Fridays. So what's up, Forest Groves? Wanted to say thank you very much to Linda Newton-Perry for giving away that book last month and meeting her up in Sutherland, Oregon. We were discussing, Oregon doesn't really have a Bigfoot town, kind of like Willow Creek or anything like that as far as, California is concerned. And even up near the Colville Reservation and everything in Washington, you got some, or what is that? Mount St. Helens, kind of like that Bigfoot capital up there. We wanted to kind of make a little Bigfoot capital here in Oregon around Sutherland, and so it's right adjacent to the freeway there, so it's easy to access for people. And we were thinking about throwing up a nice little PacWest Bigfoot Day or something like that next summer. So we're really kind of thinking about that. Maria, getting stuff ready for you. Are you talking to me? Let me know if you are. So that's something that we were planning on doing. And don't forget, this month I'm giving away the coffee mug and the t-shirt. And if you guys, don't win, it's okay. I got this shirt. I got another shirt over there. It's folkloresupply.com, folkloresupply.com. These guys are awesome and fun and cool. Um, also, just so you know, there was like, I don't know, I think like 200 or 300 of you out there that were like, "Oh, Dave, are you gonna have your PacWest Bigfoot stuff ready for, Father's Day?" Unfortunately, no, nothing will be ready until July 1st. I will actually, you guys have been asking for some swag and stuff. I'm gonna get mine too, and I'm actually gonna pay for my own. It's gonna at cost. Um, I'm going to grab my stuff. I'm actually going to grab some, and I'm going to be giving some out over the summer, some hats and shirts and whatnot through the free giveaway. But I am going to have that stuff ready. I'm going to have a short sleeve, long sleeve hoodie, hat, coffee mug for men, for women, and for children. I'm going to have a hoodie and a little T-shirt, one for boys, and a little princess cut one for girls. I decided that after being I say being bugged about it. No, actually, all you guys were just like, dude, I want some big PacWest Bigfoot wear, and I was like, all right, all right. So after all of that, I've got some actual cool pictures here. I'll share with you real quick. They're on my phone, but I can put them up to the camera, and I'll give you guys an idea of what my nephew is doing. Actually, he is a brilliant little artist, and it's just really awesome and cool. But he's got some stuff that's just absolutely amazing. Here's one of the things that was kind of cool. I know it's going to be a little bit of a glare, but there's one right there. It's kind of a badge, and then there's this one right there, which is kind of cool. So, and then there's that's another badge that's kind of cool. It's got a little yurt on the side with little Bigfoot walking up there. This is going to be something that's kind of similar to, it's going to be PWB with a little foot underneath there, and then established for the logo. And I'm going to be running the blue logo that I have now as well. So you guys will have kind of basically like two different logos from PacWest Bigfoot. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you guys so much for just asking for that stuff. I would like to get out here, and I'm going to be doing a lot more research, a lot more pictures, a lot more stuff. Sweet, nice artwork. Yeah, I know. He's just a brilliant, brilliant kid. It's just crazy. And it looks great. Let me finish all of this stuff real quick because lots of updates. PacWest Bigfoot's going to keep running the same. Here is my plan. I'm going to be doing some more research and pulling in research information from other people around the PacWest through the summer. It is my goal to actually take over and basically run with PacWest Bigfoot as a full-time gig. That is what I'm shooting for. Through everything, I want to be doing this full-time, so that's what I'm going to work on the rest of this summer. I have some of you guys that want to do like guided research tours and stuff here in the PacWest, and that's cool. So we'll be throwing some of that together, I think, this next year in 2018. This year got the just so much stuff. I never expected this from all of us here. It was just crazy. I was like, what happened? Just kind of went, and it was fun. So let's see here. I'm going to run through here, and we're going to have, I got about 45 minutes to spend with you guys today, just kind of talk a little bit about something. There is a latest encounter story on there. I was given that one. The only part of the backstory there that I didn't really have to create was the fact that she is a avid bird watcher. She loves birds. I would call her a twitcher. And the fact that she's from Southern Oregon, and the fact that she is actually a consultant for a government agency. So those are the things that I do know. This one is basically secondhand from relatives. So there it is. There's the story. There's everything. So enjoy that one. Any even PacWest shirts, paraphernalia, you just answered me, thanks. I did, Captain Caveman. That stuff. I want to say thank you guys too. And once in a while on your Facebook and stuff, you'll see some stuff from me, like getting shirts and stickers and hats and whatnot. And if you don't want to at the time, just ignore that stuff. It's just I throw it up there for the whole audience and everybody else. So don't mind me and any sort of little advertising I throw out on Facebook or the calls to action in the videos. But I'll tell you this stuff does go to pay for this here, and it pays for needy children. Mine. So that's pretty much what I do with that. So I do have a regular day job, but it's at home online. So I've lived in California redwoods for years and we're going to do some Q&A today. And I know we wanted to talk a little bit too. Last week I kind of mentioned about maybe some of the eating habits of Bigfoot. So if you guys have anything you want to say or questions that you have, I've been doing a lot of research for years under basically the I guess stewardship of people like William Jevning and Gunnar Monson, and actually he's been hiking around mountains with what's his face, Cliff Barrickman. So listening to these guys and reading a lot of books, I think I got a pretty good grasp of what's going on. Redwoods for years, hitting the side of my house with a very loud guttural growl. I hid in the closet the rest of the night and left the next day. Valerie, that is awesome. And anytime you guys want to, you can email me, pacwestbigfoot@gmail.com. And I would like to sit down and do little 30-minute interviews. I just like you guys to tell your stories, tell your encounters, tell your experience. Maybe banter back and forth for a few minutes, but if you would like to, I would love to do that. I'm running kind of short on some of those. I don't have a lot of people wanting to come out of the woodwork right now and do any interviews, so please, if you could, hit me up. That was my daughter. She's loud. Let's say I'd be on board for a guided Bigfoot hunt. Yeah, we're planning on doing some pretty cool stuff. We'd like to do a video of it, so you have a video collage of the whole trip. Plus, we're going to give you, we'll have like recorders, parabolic mics, and everything, and some FLIR cameras, and we'll record those. We'll put them all onto a stick for you, like this, with the videos and everything, and then we'll send that to you, and then you have the whole trip and the fun video, and then you'll have all the evidence here that you can run through yourself and listen to at night, listen to any sounds, and if you find anything you can report it back here and we'll throw it up on the stuff. That's kind of the idea of what we want to do. So now we got to get through all the logistics of it over the next 9 to 12 months. So hey Roland, I will send you 14 Bigfoot sightings from the Newport, Walport, Lincoln City, more all over Lincoln County. That would be really, really cool, first Ironclad. I would love that. I actually have one from outside of Newport that I'm working on right now. They only gave me a few bits and pieces of the experience, which was, well, they gave me a pretty full description of the experience, but they didn't want a lot of backstory to it, so I kind of have to create as usual. And just so you guys know, I like to say this all the time on these. Remember, PacWest Bigfoot isn't like some sort of BFRO here. This is more of kind of fun, interesting, entertainment, and educational value. These are based on true stories. I don't go out and I don't hunt down the people to find out if they're true or try to sift through all of the different. I'll let the BFRO and other individuals out in this community do that. Here, I just wanted to be part of the cool entertainment side of it, have some fun, learn some things at the same time, not just parade around in entertainment, but also based on true stories, which means we're going to talk about some of these things, these experiences and whatnot, but I'm not out here to prove anybody right or wrong with what they share through these encounter stories. So just so you know, this is something that when you're not out here doing that scientific research, you can still be entertained and enjoy your passion for Bigfoot and your passion for all things Sasquatch. So that's what we're doing here. Morning, Nora, Forest Groves. No Bigfoot in Michigan. I'm sure there's Bigfoot in Michigan. The encounter stories that I do on an every Friday basis, those are actually strictly here, kind of in the Pacific Northwest. And I'll be opening up to Idaho here pretty soon. But the interviews that I do with people are from all over North America. All over North America. I don't care if you're in Michigan. I don't care if you're in Florida. I don't care if you're in Quebec. I will sit down and interview with you. So, Pam, hey. Do you have an episode with your own encounter? Yes, I do. You can just Google David Bigfoot. You can actually put that on YouTube. I've been interviewed by my good friend Matthew Kabumas Lewis over at Build Your Own Blog. William Jevning has interviewed me. Monster X Radio. There's also some sort of Night Sounds or something like that. It interviewed me once. You can find mine there. I do have my own on the PacWest channel. But I kind of prefer that you go to the like Matthew Loomis. You can just look up David. If you were to Google David or David Boozer Bigfoot encounter, you'd probably find his in the #1 spot on YouTube. So you can check that out. My great grandmother thinks she saw Bigfoot. That's awesome. I'd love to hear that one. That'd be pretty cool, man. Yeah, but, let's see, any more? As far as the conversation today, we're kind of talking a little bit and wanted to chat a little bit about eating habits of Bigfoot for a few. What do you guys think they eat? Like on average, I mean, mostly. In that last encounter story, the one thing that I picked up from the gal's experience, which was really really cool, was the fact that it was picking up dirt um, and it was sifting through it. She says it looked like it was eating worms. So that was kind of cool. So kind of like scavenging, and I put scavenging in the title because that's basically it was just kind of scavenging along the lake shore there for worms. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, awesome. I was like, that's going to be fun to describe. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So worms. So basically, that tells me it needs protein, which means that it is a meat eater. I believe personally that they're omnivorous. Um, I think they both meat and plants and vegetables. So um, let's see. Still following the other group, BC. Are you still following the other group? PC? I don't know what that means. He might not be talking to me. There are some that eat vegetation and others eat meat. I think it's kind of both. It's nothing really definitive, but we hear of them eating berries or eating plants, chewing on pine needles for crying out loud. And then there's people out here who, they took my deer, it took my elk. I have one guy that told me that, oh, and by the way, the one guy with the video that I did an interview with a few months back, he has the video back in his possession and is planning on sending it to me, just so you know. So if I can get that out there, that'd be great. But personally speaking, we hear of both. So sometimes it's just eating vegetable, it's eating berries or something, and sometimes it's eating meat. I think that that's just because that's what they saw them eating at that moment. That's what they were doing. So I think they're just like us, pretty much meat and potatoes kind of guys. Meat and potatoes. Video of what I did an interview, and it was a family of Bigfoot. I think they were around a kill eating deer. And it was, if I remember correctly, it was a videotape from like back in, gosh, I want to say the 80s. So I'm gonna have to really play with that stupid thing, get it recorded on here as soon as he gets it to me. That's if he gets it to me. So I'm hoping. It's never been seen before out here. A friend of mine had it, William Jevning, and another researcher had it. They sent it back to him now. They were pretty impressed from what I understand. So there's a story from Saskatchewan, Canada, where I live. A man said that a Sasquatch had a stack of birds, I think geese. Yeah, I mean, eating geese, I get that. And this is my breakfast right here. So. I'm a fat blogger. I'm trying to lose weight. Um, yeah, I think geese is a good thing, especially up there. I mean, you can't Canadian geese. Probably a ton of those things. So that'd be a really good one. Let's see here. Did I miss any other questions at all? No, not yet. I don't think. Hi from England. Look at all the stories. Keep them rolling. Hey, Mickey. No problem, man. Yeah, that's okay in England, dude. That's okay. By the way, I'm a Chelsea fan. Hope that doesn't kill you. I love soccer, and Chelsea's just great. So. I know. I watched the finals. It was pretty awesome. Heading, have a great day. You too, Nora. You too. Let's see here. There are quite a few interesting stories there. Yes, there is. I think from hearing all the missing 401 stuff that maybe sometimes they eat people, plus some Native Americans said that. Yes, it was the gentleman that's sending me the videos, the guy that talked about his grandfather who made the carvings, and the Native American came in there, the older lady, and she was like, cannibals, those things are cannibals. And I believe that being in the wrong place at the wrong time with any sort of wild animal makes you food, makes you a food source. Do they go out of their way to do that to people? I don't think so. I think it's kind of like, a ravaged bear, that's starting to starve, is just really hungry, will eat anything at that moment, or a mountain lion. I think it's kind of the same way. It's just hungry. I think Bigfoot eats its dead. I don't know if they eat its dead. I don't know. You don't really see. And once in a while, you hear about great apes and monkeys and stuff doing that. So I mean, is it possible? Yeah, I think it's possible. And uh, I I don't know if I'd be inclined to agree with that, to believe that, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't dismiss it. Not even close. I'll leave that one up in the air for now. Police call here in Texas and the San Antonio police. I've been to San Antonio. Police from a homeless couple that day. Very large and tall Bigfoot wild man or such eating a deer. That's interesting. Were they kind of out and about of town, or do you have any contact with law enforcement who have seen the creatures? Me personally, I only have one. The encounter story was put on the website. That is the only one that I have. I do know the gentleman. I will not name the gentleman right now. I've known him for a long time. So he's a friend of mine. I went to Looney Indian Reservation last summer to an event. There was a young woman selling stickers and shirts like the one you were wearing. She called him Hairy Man. Yes, Folklore Supply has these and cups and everything else, and I'm giving away this cup this month for the subscribers here. And it comes with a shirt that has the same pattern on it. Except for the shirt's kind of a flat red. But it's called Hairy Man. It comes from the cave. It's not really a cave. It's more like a. It's not a cave because there's you can see there, but it's kind of a cave, I guess. It's kind of a rocky outcropping, but there's actual etchings, drawings of Hairy Man in there, a small family of Bigfoot near people. So my dad said they even eat fish and clams and crawfish. Yes. As a matter of fact, I had a flood over the last like 2 months of people sending me their short little experiences to create their little encounter stories around based on true stories here at PacWest Bigfoot. So I'm working on those. I do remember I have one that I'm going to be working on, I think, later this summer and this fall that has to do with them digging clams. Oh, wait, no, 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 no. It's something that's going to come out soon. That's right. It's the surfer guy. It was a surfer guy who said he saw one digging clams and eventually it kicked him out of that area. Didn't want him in that area where it was feeding, I guess. So that's right. So there you go. I don't want to pass up too many of these questions. Do you think they're an animal or a higher intelligent evolution of humans? Just so you know, Justin, I am a creationist. All science points to that. You can't have something from nothing. It's just impossible. Everybody knows this. Even when it comes down to, Einstein kind of proved that through not what is the theory of relativity, but what is today relativity. Space, time, and matter have to work at once for anything to exist. He did try to fudge that whole thing. It was called the Einstein fudge factor, where he tried to divide something by itself, which you can't do. Jastrow caught him on that because Jastrow said, "I know what you know what you just did. You just proved the existence of a beginning, of a beginner," and it was a big problem for him. So, do I actually believe that these are no? Because I don't believe in evolution. Because you'd have to show me transitional species. There's no such thing as a transitional species, nor can there be. You can't have a dog cat somewhere. There's no dog cats out here. There's no bird elephant. It just is what it is. You can see drawings that people made up in their minds, and you can even see stuff put together with a little tiny fragmented bone that they decided to put together with the whale bones. I mean, we can do that all day. Anybody can do that. But in the actual history, in what we see, we don't see any trend. It just was. There's the Cambrian explosion. It's kind of like plants. You ever notice how they never talk about the evolution of plants? Because there isn't any. There's none. A pine tree has always been a pine tree. This type of pine tree has always been this type of pine tree. This oak tree has always been an oak tree. So a Bigfoot, what I believe, Justin, is this: Gigantopithecus. I believe the Gigantopithecus existed, and a lot of people go, well, it's extinct. I don't think so. I think what it is, a Gigantopithecus is what we today call Sasquatch or Bigfoot. I don't think it's gone. Just like they said, oh, that big large fish is extinct. No, it's not. They've already caught 3 since 2000. How about that little dinosaur thing that runs around that some creationists say still exists? We hear stories of that all the time from deep in Africa. We also hear it from Loch Ness. We hear it from different things. What's the Okanagan one? We find these things to be true after a while. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it is an animal. It is, I think it's what we think is higher intelligence is like us, like human beings. It's not the same for animals. I think higher intelligence for animals is that they're just extra sharp with their instincts. They actually can learn certain things. They can learn that humans and guns don't mix. Okay, they can understand also that if I'm hungry, I can eat a human as long as it doesn't have a gun. I think they can learn. Apes can learn. Monkeys can learn. Rats can learn, for crying out loud. So, as far as I'm concerned, it is just a highly intelligent Gigantopithecus. It is a giant. It's a giant ape, like creature or ape. So hopefully that kind of gives you my answer. It should. Here in Texas, I think around. Let's see here. Let's see. Wait a second, I just passed it. Sorry, not a football fan. We're in paddle boarding. Actually, I'm a huge baseball fan, but I love soccer. Soccer's great too. You think Bigfoot population is on the up, or more people with video? I think it could be a mixture of both. I don't see why not. Why not? Why can't it be both? I don't see why not. However, I think that we're going to have more and more visuals because of things like drones and stuff like that. I mean, however, you got to remember that like the Forest Service and the government is like, you can't fly drones over here without permission, blah, 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 blah. Why do they do that? It's going to bug the wildlife. What wildlife is it really going to bug? None. It's a drone, 70 feet or 100 feet in the air. The reason they don't want it out there, I think, is because they don't want us seeing more and more and more of these things. So, do you think the source throughout the year? I do believe that their food source kind of changes throughout the year. And I think when you come into those kind of lean times between certain seasons where it kind of gets a little lean for a bit while they're on their move, I think that's when you find, if you go back and look at the 411 stuff, look at the time of season that a majority of these things happen in. And you'll find it's kind of at the beginning or at the tail end of a season. It was amazing, but you got to really look through that stuff to figure it out. But it was there. I saw it. So it was pretty interesting. Champ, that is the, yes, Champ. Yeah. I know, not Bigfoot pose, but no, it's Champ. Champ, that's right, the Okanogi Nogan thing. That's all. I believe those exist. As a matter of fact, a good, awesome, brilliant creation scientist Ken Ham actually has proven this not only through the Bible itself, but actually through has proven that they could still exist today through actual science. I mean, it's pretty amazing, and I really believe it's out there. That's why I like the whole creation side of things. It makes sense, and at the same time, it really helps me with the answers to some really serious questions about certain cryptids and I don't even call it a cryptid anymore. It's just it's a Bigfoot. It's a Sasquatch. It's an animal. Um, Bigfoot DNA very, very close to human. So is a rat. A rat shares about 92% of the same DNA that we do with that. Chimps, we share, almost 96%. You got to remember, we live in the same biosphere, but if you took that other little 4% difference, you could stretch that from here around the sun and around the earth probably a million times. That's how different that still is. So you got to remember that we live in the same biosphere. So we're going to certain creatures and certain things here in life, we're going to share certain features, common features with arms, legs, heads, maybe a opposable thumb could be that, could be, it's like somebody was like, well, I had my, whatchamacallit taken out because you don't really need it. If you didn't have that in the first 2 weeks of your life, you'd never survive. So you got to remember that everything has a cause or a reason behind it. So let's see. Have you ever heard of any reports of government and lumber agency cover-ups using the cover-ups? I would like to look into Warehouser. I heard a lot of things from people over the years that had worked with Warehouser. I don't know if you guys know what Warehouser is. It was kind of I think it still is like a major lumber company here in the Pacific Northwest. And I've heard a lot of stuff from their employees or higher ups that worked out in the field, basically out in the sites, and I would not, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Why can't local companies go out there and cut places where Warehouser does? Why is Warehouser only given those different contracts, payoffs between government officials, of course, especially here in Oregon when you got kind of a liberal democratic that's the majority here, and they're always saying save the trees, but give me a few $1,000,000 in my own personal pocket and I'll let you cut these trees. That's how they work here. But I do believe that they give it to certain a couple of companies here. Just I think they do. I think that they keep it quiet. I want to see. Wait a second. Love your shirt this morning, Dave. Thank you, Allison. Have you heard? Oh yeah. I want to see an animated movie like Meet the Cruise, but with Bigfoot. Release the baby. Yeah, that would be awesome. I found this from an artist, this little picture of a little baby Bigfoot. I don't know if you guys saw it on my Facebook page, but it was so cute, actually. I was like, I'm going to see if my nephew can draw something kind of cool like that. Maybe have it for like moms, for like a shirt for moms that are, pregnant or something, have a little baby Bigfoot on there. I thought that would be kind of cute and fun. So, my great-grandmother saw Bigfoot at A5 by Rogue River City. I lived in Rogue River. I went to Rogue River High School I went to the junior high for a year and the high school for 2 years. I lived out East Evans Creek Road. But there's been a lot of sightings. My sighting actually happened between basically what you would say is kind of like Eagle Point's Gold Hill, and then out and back of Rogue River there up Elderberry Flats, about 30 miles out. So that's where mine happened. Mine wasn't a sighting, but we found tracks, and 20 years later, I had an experience one night while camping there in a creek. So I would love to hear that first ironclad. That'd be awesome. Varying species, some aggressive, some not. I think so too. I think that the aggressiveness kind of depends on what's going on. Is there young around? Is it hungry? Is it hunting? Are they, whatever they're doing? Let's see. Do you believe in Dogman? People ask me that all the time. I'm not really sure about Dogman. I really hate to say that because there's some channels out here on Dogman that I do love. I'm not really sure about it. I don't really see the evidence as I do with Bigfoot. For me right now, that's kind of like chasing vampires. I don't mean to be rude or anything about it or like that. But if you can come to me with a really good argument and some real decent, uh, um, at least some type of evidence like we have with Sasquatch or Bigfoot, then I would rethink my position. That's like somebody asked me one time, well, if you found something in the Bible you didn't agree with, what would you do? And I said, I would change my opinion. Because truth is truth. I can't make 2 + 2 5 if it's 4. I have to accept the fact that it's 4, and so I will. So if you can bring that to me, then I'll start up that conversation, and I may lead or lean to believing in that. Right now, I'm not sure. Probably retired employees. Bingo. Warehousers. Big business. Oh yeah, it is. Let's see. Did you hear the accusation that out in Ohio the government placed a family of Bigfoots in a location? They sent choppers out with large animals, food for them. I've heard that. I've also heard that they hunt them down sometimes when they get too crazy. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but like I said, even on my stuff is based on true stories. I'm not really here to decipher whether or not these things are true most of the time. Not for my own stuff here at PacWest Bigfoot, but looking into that would be kind of interesting to learn. So I might even do my own research. If you have any links with that stuff, please put them in the comment section here after this is all done and you get to the video. Just put in the comments. I'd like to check that out. Justin, that'd be really cool. And off the wall question: could we try to find a path in an area that maintains if it larger predators or they be such a threat? Predators avoid them. Do predators basically avoid them? I think predators know when they're around, and I think that those predators are actually a food source for them. So yeah, kind of like us, I think they try to avoid at all costs. My son killed it. Saw one from about 10 feet away. I was about 11 years old. Oh wow, Pepita. I'd love to hear that story. PacWestBigfoot@gmail.com. If you can go there, I'd like to sit down and do a little interview with you. What was that in Australia? I'm really into the Yowie over there too. Yeah, me too. My uncle hunts in Elderberry Flats. Yeah, I was actually there's a couple places up there where you can turn up and go the logging roads. If you're basically facing, I think west it would be north. But I was down on the creek, Elderberry Creek, and camping down in there, and that was gosh, even that was almost, that was like 15 years ago. So 12 years ago, something like that, somewhere right around there. Yes, grew up in a tent. Me too, practically. Grew up in a tent. Do you think there are different species of Bigfoot? I believe that some people say there's like 4 or 5 or 10 or 12, or they shapeshift phase from Mars. Personally, I believe there's 2 types. I think you've got skunk ape, and then you've got the other. Which is more of the patty kind of thing, and I think it's kind of split where it's kind of like people. There's only one human race. That's why I don't get the word racism. It's like, some of our genetic makeup actually is based upon our geological location. Okay, so if there's a lot of sun, you're going to find out that people are what? A little bit darker. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And so you got to understand that with Sasquatch or Bigfoot, I think there's 2 types of species. I think there's Sasquatch, Bigfoot, and then there's skunk ape. That's what I think that there is. The Yowie, I believe, is just an extra large, more or less, skunk ape. And that's what I believe that is, because I think it sits at a certain point to the southern parts of the world. And then you've got the northern parts of the world, where it could be colder a little longer, it could be rainier, wetter, whatever. Maybe not wetter and rainier, but it could be colder. And so you could tell the difference between these 2 things through the pictures that we've had. So these are just my opinions. Remember that. So I'm just here with the discussion with you guys. So that's just my idea. I think think they eat where they want, what they please. Anything can be a snack pack if you're hungry. Nice snack pack from the hairy man. That'd be crazy creepy, man. Ugh. Misspelled Sasquatch. No worries. More than 2 types, but yes, different types like people. Yeah, I believe that there's 2 types myself. So kind of scared to think I lived in woods. I lived in the woods, man. The last house I lived on was a mountain in the middle of the woods, and there's a couple things that happened that were a little off. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, but something was a little off. So I got about 5 more minutes here, guys. If you guys have any more questions or anything like that. Let you know that next week I will introduce the winner for this month, PacWest Bigfoot. You guys get this coffee mug and the shirt that has this same thing on it here. Also, next month I'm going to be giving away, not this one, this one's mine, Sasquatch coffee, and a nice sticker for your car. So expect that next month for July's winner. Also, real quick, for those of you out here, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Awesome. You dads out there, boom. That's funny. Hairy Man snack. Dude, that would be so cool. I got so many ideas for shirts and hats and stuff and the artwork. It's just, it's so original. It's going to be so awesome. You know, everybody goes out there with their shirts and they usually have like, you know, that typical Bigfoot guy walking, you know. No, I'm going to have cool stuff, you know, like Hairy Man and what my nephew comes up with and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. When they throw rocks, run. Yeah, I would. Do you think they come around if you have a new dog? I think they come around if you have a dog, period. Actually, I heard they don't like dogs. Actually, Bigfoot and Sasquatch here do tree breaks as well. That's one of the weird things that happened at the mountain house I lived in. We called it the mountain house, and I had 2 trees about 8-9 feet up. They were snapped off, and then they were laying, you know, right straight in front of them. It wasn't blown off or anything like that. You could tell they were just snapped clean off. So, I want to live in the woods. You say that now. All right, guys. Well, thank you so very much for being on here this week. Next Friday, I will be on here again, but the Friday after that, I will be gone. I will have an encounter story for you, but the Boozer family is heading out to the Oregon coast to go camping, not next week, but the week after. So I'll be gone for most of a week. And we're going to have some fun. And when I get back on July 1st, I plan on having the PacWest Bigfoot swag and stuff available for you guys. It'll be there. And the other thing is that I'm going to be doing free shipping on everything. So it's always free shipping. I'm going to try to make this. Everybody's out there like trying to charge like $30 for a t-shirt. I was like, that's stupid crazy. I was like, it's like you have to gouge them or anything. Not to mention, just to let you guys know, all of the content in the website, on the YouTube channel, all the interviews, everything, all the content that I ever put out here is free. There will never be some sort of, you know, membership program or membership system or membership get the extra content for $10 a month. I'm not going to be doing that. This is all free all the time. And during the summer, I'm going to start sharing more and more interviews from other people out here in the community that do more of less, like I do 60% entertainment, 40%, interviews and stuff like that. Whereas these other guys, they do, mostly a lot of research-based stuff. So I'm going to start sharing a lot of that out on the Facebook page and also on the blog itself. So, have fun time, Boozer family. I will, Pam. Thank you guys so very much. Sweet, awesome news. Rebecca, you live in the woods. Have a growler on us, mate. I will. Thank you so very much. Right next to 6 miles from here. Awesome show. Thanks, man. Thank you, Forest Groves, for following along. That is awesome. So, anyways, thank you guys very much for being here. And I just want to say one thing real quick. Before I start getting out here and giving you guys all this access to the swag and the other content and everything as we go along, I want to say thank you guys so very much for being a part of this and listening to the stories, listening to me clear my throat and have fire noise in the background, and let me kind of entertain you with some of the really cool Bigfoot stuff around here and out here. And it really is a blessing just to kind of be here and hang out with you guys. And whether we agree or disagree on certain aspects, unlike politicians, and I am going to bring this up, unlike politicians and the way that the wacky world is going, at least here in the Bigfoot community, no matter what we do believe one thing. The Bigfoot exists, and regardless of what we think about Bigfoot or our opinions on it, we can always get along and share those opinions, period. Okay? Does that sound good? All right, awesome. That sounds great. Okay, with that, guys, God bless, and I will talk to you next week. Don't forget, there is a new encounter story on YouTube right now on the channel. Go check it out. I love this one, and guess what? I used to go to church out that way. Applegate Christian Fellowship, so it's pretty cool. So, all right, God bless, guys.